This morning, pool was cold. Jumped in it after you texted me. Like, hey, I jumped in. Then I got to the gym. I didn't want to be there. It was cold. It was windy, but I went
Shitty.
anyway. I need to get like bring my long sleeve shirt or like pack it out when I check the weather tomorrow, and bring gloves too, because I was freezing this morning. I was outside.
Way outside. Oh,
Yeah, it wasn't easy. And then I went to, like I told you, man, I'm not in ketosis right now. Like I've got those are the five colors, like the trace,
small.
small, moderate.
Moderate.
I'm not in moderate, and I think it's because of those damn keto brownies
I
and
told you.
the
They're garbage.
stevia and all that stuff.
Hmm.
So today I'm not going to eat that and see, like, and just a little 2 gram dark chocolate, peanut butter, monk fruit, whatever. I'm like, dude, that's probably just enough right now to knock me out because I'm so used to the insulin or I'm so used to the sugar response.
Yeah.
So I got to go until I'm like
Clean up a
always
little bit.
moderate. So that's not going to be eaten today. I mean, I did go already and get my little breakfast thing because I just wanted to be outside in a cafe. So I got my little granola bowl.
Hmm.
So it's probably the granola and maybe the fruit. Is fruit? And fruit can knock you.
Massive, massive.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Damn it. Maybe I need to just cut back on the morning bowls, yogurt bowls with the fruit in it, like the blueberries
Yeah,
and the strawberries, and just do a couple of blueberries at night because I
yeah.
keep putting like 2 handfuls in there at night.
It's good for a month. Yeah, it's
Okay.
good. Excellent. But also, let's be honest. You lost 7 pounds, 10 pounds, 191
Yeah.
to 181, which is very small. You're not starving yourself.
Right.
You just modified a little bit, tighten up the window.
I cut out the bread, no garlic bread today. I mean,
Yeah.
it's been, and then
No,
that sandwich the other day. I mean, the carbs in the sweet
those are
potato,
complex carbs. Yeah, that's okay.
and then I'll eat the fish again tonight. But I'm gonna test it out and experiment, and and stick to my don't eat when it's light out still instead of like the intermittent fasting trying to like capture that and figure out the hours. Like no, just stick with that for right now
So
while I get the
pretty much, you wake up, you want to eat something, and you stop eating when it's getting dark. It's pretty much from like a 7 a.m. to like a 5 p.m. kind of. Yeah.
so like a 10 hour eating window for now. But
Yeah. And 10 pounds a month is not a small cut on your body, man. It's unbelievable, actually. And you didn't starve yourself to death. That's important too.
here's the thing: is like if I'm not in keto, then that means it's probably eating muscle and stuff. So I've got to like keep the sugar out of my system so it keeps going after the fat on my
Yeah.
stomach
Yeah.
probably. So I'll eat some more nuts. But yeah, dude, I'm excited about that. And then this note taking thing is amazing. So this is what I got. Sorry, dude. What do you have going
Good. Good.
on? I'm just really excited because since yesterday's talk, I've been telling you I've been taking these notes, like carrying around the yellow little
Hmm.
5x8 legal pad everywhere. So I've been brain dumping to that. I'm not doing anything with it like right now. I'm starting to trickle in organizing that
Hmm.
information, but haven't touched the 12 pages front and back of legal paper. I have one line things to do. But I was at the cafe this morning and I'm like, I want to dabble in this marketing idea, starting this marketing business. Dude comes in that I've known. He's a broker, real estate broker. And I had the pad right there. And I'm like, he asked me, hey, good to see you. Like, what are you working on? I'm like, well, I'm pretty lax. I'm like, I'm working on this shotgun block. I'm bored. I need something to do. And I see all these marketing companies out here doing digital online or
Hmm.
online digital marketing and they're offering very little value for a lot of money.
Uh-huh.
And then it puts a bad taste in people's mouth because it's like, oh,
I
it's
feel like I'm getting ripped off.
right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well, what can I do? So right now I'm just like gathering data and researching. So he sat down next to me and I told him that, and I started pitching an idea here or there, like, oh, maybe I can start here small.
Hmm.
And he started giving me information and like, oh, well, you should look at this, dude. I grabbed that yellow paper pad. I was like, I'm so glad I have this, and I just started making notes. And then he saw me making notes. I'm like, oh, this works. People, when you take notes, people like start to get fired up.
Yeah.
And dude, he was just like giving me information, like try to help me out. And front and back, dude, I was so excited to walk away with notes because I wouldn't have remembered half of
Yeah. Yeah.
what,
Yeah.
most of what he said right
Information
now.
overload. I used to do all my life, and I was only a few people in the world. I'm going to a real estate meeting, and let's say you want to list your house, right? I take physical notes.
So
It makes
good.
people feel more important because they want to share more with you.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like going to the NFL Combine, I went to a combine preparation school. I'm the only guy they ever seen in like all their lives that brought a notebook to the floor. I'm in some huge like gymnasium
You're
with like
German.
40, and I'm like, okay, proceed. And I'm taking notes like, what are you doing? I'm writing the stuff down. My agent is paying 20,000 for the week. Might as well fucking like learn something, Yeah,
It's the German in you.
yeah. I like to take notes, man.
That's cool, dude. It's a superpower. I mean, I see your notebook now. I'm like, you got tons of notes, dude. I love it. I'm sold. And then, so to piggyback onto that, I wanted to also tell you, like, dude, I went to the gym yesterday because it was 25-mile-an-hour wind gusts outside. I'm not walking in that. No need. But I went to the gym and I'm like, I'm gonna walk on the treadmill, and I was gonna take my phone. I had these videos queued up on YouTube to like watch while I'm doing this, like just zone out. I'm like, man, I don't want to do that either. But what really happened was all of the batteries were dead and everything, like my earplugs, all that shit, all that stuff. So I was like, you know what? My Kindle has big enough font. I think I can read a book while I'm on this thing.
Nice.
Dude, I took the Kindle. I was on the treadmill for 2 hours.
You didn't notice it, huh?
Oh, I didn't really notice it, but I read most of a book I was currently
What I'm
reading.
saying is amazing. Like you burn the shit on calories without even thinking about it. Like I'm burning.
Yeah.
So all cardio sucks. No, you read a Kindle and have a good time, and you lost weight like crazy.
Like I work out in the gym. I don't care about walking, but I also don't want to zone out and just watch mindless stuff.
Yeah.
And I also realized, like, I looked around while I was on the treadmill. Dude, people are just distracting. And I looked around. I'm like, dude, everybody doing cardio. Everyone had earplugs. I was the only one that didn't have it. I'm like, wow. I mean, I'm sitting there reading a Kindle, so I'm still distracting myself to some degree. But it's just that what I did, I also noticed is very subtle. When I looked up from the Kindle, all the TVs in the gym, I'm like, dude, what a distraction. Like, I watched a clip of the news. I'm like, dude. And I quickly moved to another thing, and I'm like, dude, I'm getting a little anxious in literally 10 seconds. I was like, no, come back down. Just focus on the Kindle. And I ripped through it. I was thinking, dude, I left that, and I went home, showered, and just jumped right on my computer and started applying or setting up this framework to like start keeping information better, organizing it better. So I'm really excited to have done that because now I've already used it. There's this framework. It's called the second brain. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's like some new thing. I forgot the guy's name, Diego Forte or something. I can say it. But it's like, oh, we have, especially my head, is like I have so much information on my computer in here, and I save it to random stuff, and it's like, well, I can never go find it.
Yeah.
And it's like, cool. This is just giving me like a little framework to start with, not overdo it. And the journaling thing, I was like, dude, everything's going into the spots right now, and I'm feeling
Time blocking.
Yeah.
That gives you a big relief, so you don't wake up. Because that's what we maybe tell people. You have the funds to not to work today, which is a blessing, but it creates a certain anxiety because you don't really know what you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
So a job or protocol or a schedule gives you some kind of time frame. Now you're like, oh, what can I do? But now you time block for the whole year, so that's awesome too. That's a huge, massive development. Huge.
And the really cool thing is, thank you, is it reading this book. The guy was relating this whole second brain, how to store it. It's called PKM, Personal Knowledge Management. And it's a thing that has to be done because we have so much information.
We have so much.
And
I read
including
thousands
this.
of books, and it's all passively stored, but I couldn't tell you what day today is. I'm like, hey, what's your name? I forgot.
I don't know.
Yeah, okay, interesting.
It was just very interesting because he related it to software development, which is my thing. He also brought up some analogies from sports too. He's like, oh, how do you build reusable software? Oh, you create a module. So the straw is a module. Cool, that means I can remake this quickly because I've already done it once. This cup is a module.
Yeah.
Cool, if I need to build a new software, I can take this straw and apply that there. So with this knowledge management system, it clicked in my head immediately. I was like, got it. So it's happening already in just 24 hours. I've been able to take some bits and pieces of what I already have and start putting them into these modules of learning for myself. And now they can move around quickly. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm pumped.
Speaking of cups, I'm gonna go off the deep end right now. You ready for this? So
what do you got for me?
We're talking about quantum fields and quantum mechanics, right? Pretty much the theory that there's infinite dimensions that you could live in.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot never go back, right? I cannot
Right.
say, well, I don't want to be an alcoholic because I cannot go back to not drink. But I have the freedom to choose right now not to drink right now in the second, right? Let's say we're getting about life of Patrick. I could go into a different dimension completely, be fucked up in 2 weeks, right?
Mm-hmm.
So to make quantum leaps or quantum fields, to change your dimensions, to pretty much change the life that you're living.
Yeah.
It's like this container. And so I want to say, okay, in here I want to have a Rolls Royce, a private jet. I have all this high level stuff, right? The second I watch like bullshit news and waste my day and go on Pornhub, my cup is kind of getting smaller because you can fill this new elevated life, this higher level of consciousness into a small cup. So it's almost like the container holding has to be ready the whole time. Because everyone has a good idea. I want to make $1 billion, right? Well, do you know what that means to have $1 billion, right? And then the cup shrinks again because you're watching some porn or some stupid
Oh,
shit,
I
right?
got it. Yeah, yeah.
So the cup has to constantly expand to accommodate the dimension that you want to hold.
That's pretty deep, dude.
I'm paraphrasing a little bit because
Yeah.
I watch TikTok videos on it. but what I'm saying is like,
Explain that a little easier to me.
no, but you said it with the news. They have a
Mhm.
certain frequency. It's always negative. It's always like,
Thank you.
it's always, terrible news.
Yeah.
And then the second one I'm trying to say is I have this cup where I want to be like a good husband, a great entrepreneur, but then I spend 5 hours on like social media complaining with my neighbor. That makes my cup shrink because the new dimension
Oh, I see.
cannot
Okay.
cannot fit into this where it doesn't work. You can't say I want to be like Jeff Bezos, but I don't want to work all day, or I don't like online
Yeah.
stuff, but I want to be the big.
Thank you. Thank you.
So it's just saying I hate online stuff, but I want to be a social media expert. It doesn't work. So you have to expand the cup to match the future reality because it's
Yes.
happening now already. So it's me like telling you I'm gonna lose a lot of weight tomorrow while I'm drinking vodka. It doesn't happen because it collapses into the drink again. If that makes sense. I know. Tomorrow I will explain it better in the next video, but I really like your Kindle is better than having everything shrinking, because the Kindle will create a new reality for you. Whereas watching Fox News or watching CNN all day only shrinks you down to the permanent state of fear and anxiety.
So I understand the concept. Yeah, I probably need to distill that a little bit because
I didn't explain it right. It's pretty much if I cannot be a billionaire and drink a vodka at the same time for Patrick. Because it compresses to a point where if I drink right now, I cannot accomplish the things I want to accomplish.
Yeah, thank you.
So you doing a Kindle opens up your cup because you open up your mind and you start organizing. The second you switch to a news channel and you watch for 2 or 3 hours, it's depressing.
Dude, it was like a
It
shut off.
collapses again, right? And you feel anxiety.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, got
In
it.
a very how can you compress that little big mouth of you, Patrick? Okay,
Hey, you did a great job.
You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
I cannot say I want to be the next Jeff Bezos, but don't have a laptop to work online.
Right. Or complaining about like, oh, I can't afford a laptop. Well,
yeah.
You can't afford a new MacBook Pro, but you can afford a Lenovo.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, dude. Like the subtleness was it was eye opening of just pulling up and going from this realm of the Kindle and looking at TVs for literally seconds. I'm like, wow, I felt it.
And everybody's like glued to it.
Yeah. I was like, dude, I have to don't pay attention to that.
It's programming, man.
And then I felt way better. Yeah. I'm in my own little world. And I'm like, dude, this is bad. It's not good. See, I have some stoicism when it comes to relationships that I've learned in the past 24 hours. I don't know how to put this very eloquently.
Yeah.
I'm understanding how we get caught up in like somebody else's bullshit.
Yeah.
And bullshit being just like, look, we have our own lives to live. You have to be happy with yourselves first before you can be happy with somebody else. And that's starting to click. And it's like, oh, I'm starting to do these notes. I'm starting to learn again. Because I was in a dark hole of depression and anxiety. I had nothing going on. It's like nobody would tell me what to do. And like death by 1,000 cuts. I had so many options. I didn't pick any options to focus on and work on.
People get overwhelmed. That's the reason they did like researchers with like car buyers. I show you 2 or 3 cars, you're good. I show you 200, you walk away because your system gets shut down. That was the problem you have. Not a problem being wealthy or being independently wealthy, but you have too much. You could fly to Paris today, or you can do nothing, or you can buy an orphanage in Africa. It's overwhelming the system because you could do anything and you end up doing nothing.
Not that independently wealthy.
It would be a very small 1-bedroom orphanage.
I can pay for my current lifestyle bills in a 1-bedroom. Yes. For the time being. Yeah, man. It's crazy. So just cool. Focusing on this is starting to make me realize, oh, the person you're with needs to be an asset, really. Like a supportive, somebody that's supporting you, and vice versa. It goes both ways. And I think that also I'm starting to realize and notate and journal and look back and reflect at a very fast rate, which is yeah, if we were in a relationship, your support or me supporting you would look different than you supporting me, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, how do you? Okay, well, you have to kind of vocalize that. I believe it makes sense to you, but you have to know how to do that.
Yeah.
So I think that's where I'm at currently in my stoicism slash relationship of like, oh, maybe I'm not. I can communicate even better. Like, here's another little piece of communication I can do. It's like, oh, this is how I feel supported. These ways over here, not really on the same. Like, that's on a different train track.
Well, it goes back to us males always try to solve problems, and
Yeah.
females just want to just sometimes express, "Hey, I'm having a rough day." We want to make the day better.
Yeah.
Of course, we go into optimizing. Okay, well, let's establish a new protocol for your day, sweetie. You know, what can we make? And they don't want that sometimes. You know, we also come to the conclusion that females are a different species. They're beautiful, but we will never understand them. We love them, we adore them, but we can't understand them. It's too much for us. Our brains are not.
Maybe vice versa.
Speak for
too.
myself. Yeah. Speak for myself. It's just.
I do remember there's like that. Isn't there like a book where it's like men are from Mars, women are from Venus or something? I've never read it. Maybe I should.
Yeah.
Seems like a classic. So there was something you were starting to say in the car, and I was like, no, wait, shoot.
No, it's gone. No,
I
it's
should
just
have wrote it
a
down.
good day again. Oh, I met a guy at AA. He is a powerful guy of the Microsoft sales thing, and he's doing motivational speaking nowadays. So I'm like, he's like, I speak in front of thousands of people, you know, but I usually don't share in the rooms. I'm like, hey, can I connect with you? Just another connection. He's like, yeah. He lives in Ponte Vedra, so we're meeting next week too. To maybe give me some help with the motivational speaking. I mean, if you ask them mentors, it's not life is not rocket science. There's people who get booked, they have agents, and they make money. So pretty excited. Big meeting on Friday, so it's happening right now.
I know you got a bunch of stuff going on with the volunteer sponsorships or volunteers.
Yeah. No, life's wonderful right now, man.